Hey, what's up? What it is, what it do, what it be? It's Malcolm, aka Brother with Attitude, and I'm here with
7 a.m.
And this is Added to the Q. Period.
Ooh, add it to the playlist one more time. Know you wanna press rewind. Add it to the queue. Add it to the playlist one more time. Know you wanna press rewind. Add it to the queue. Add it to the playlist one more time. Know you wanna press rewind.
Add this mother to the queue.
I'm dumb, but I ain't stupid, no dumb. We get into it, no funds, I'm running through it. My lungs been filled with fluid, my cup been overflowing.
What time is it?
7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m. Yes. Well, welcome on the show.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming. Okay, so just to say a little bit about Seven, he's Atlanta's rising star right now with his sound of his own. It could literally fit in any genre. 7 a.m. released his first album in 2017 called Sober, and his second album in 2020 with Relapse. Both projects showcase his one-of-a-kind sound, and he has climbed the ladder of success in ATL's music industry. He's currently working on his third album, correct?
Yes, sir.
And hopefully we gonna see that soon, but he just literally released a new single called Ugly, right?
In the air, if I fall's my only fear, I might keep on pushing. So am I
I'm more of a lyrics person.
Okay.
So I mess with lyrics hardcore. So when you're like singing about ugly, what are you talking about?
Ugly is more of like a state of being, like at a point in life. So like my life was ugly, right? So I was kind of just getting messed up all the time, going out, still kind of parading around as if I didn't have kids. You know what I'm saying? For a little period. So, that's stressful. Men, if you have kids, you know what I'm saying? Go home. That's my advice. So, it took me a month to acclimate, but like in that month, it was just so much of turmoil between me, my woman, me within myself the most, and despite outer appearance or what anybody may think, I just felt just ugly, just like everything that I was just doing and like feeling was just not pretty, right? Because that's just how I was moving. And we were just going through so much, and when I say we, me and my lady, we was going through so much just strife. You know what I'm saying? Just like unnecessary, just over nothing too. You know what I'm saying? Ugly was me kind of realizing that it's my fault, but I need you to bear with me. Like I'm trying. I acknowledge it now. I see it. I see what you expected. I see what you got, and I see you still trying. You know what I'm saying? So it's just me like breaking down my own ego and just saying, am I crazy to just ask you to still just ride with me while I figure this shit out? So that's what ugly meant for me.
Do you ever feel like there's ever like things are too ugly in a relationship where you can't keep the relationship going? What is that point, do you think?
I mean, I feel like that's subjective to the people in the relationship. Like, you never, like, something that you hear somebody take and move on with, it might be something that's like a super red flag for you, where you're just like, girl, I couldn't. But they could. So it's really just based off, like, how much can you take and how much are you willing to take for this person? You know what I'm saying? Because some real spill, they might love that person more than you love the person that you wouldn't have took it for. Like, they loved them more, so they took it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't you can't measure their love for that person, so you can't measure how much they'll take or won't take. It's subjective.
You know what? That's actually really crazy. So I've heard from people that sometimes love isn't enough.
Yeah, love is enough. Love isn't enough to sustain, right? But it's enough to try. You know what I'm saying? Like love, like when you've tried over and over again, that's when you start hearing those statements. Love ain't enough, because I loved you so much, I done tried 50-11 times
50-11.
to make this work, right? And you're realizing that now you're at a point or breaking point where you're realizing, like, okay, love is it's just love. That's all it is. There's nothing to make the compatibleness of it cohesive. You know what I'm saying? So that's when love is no longer enough. But like, love is enough to keep trying. Like, love is enough, like I said, to take more than what somebody else would have took, because love keeps you coming back. It keeps you trying. It keeps you like, damn, that shit hurt, but maybe you didn't mean it. Then that shit hurt, maybe you'll stop.
So the show is called Added to the Queue. So basically, thank you. So, you know, when you're like listening to a playlist, you know, jamming out with your friends, and you just gotta play one song of yours.
Of mine.
Yes. Okay. Which would you add to the queue?
Jamming out with the friends. And it's released. It's gotta be released too, because otherwise y'all not gonna know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right now, to be honest with you, it's gonna be ugly.
Ugly?
It's gonna be ugly.
The one we were just talking about.
It's gonna be ugly. Just because, like, with this newer music and just kind of the evolution I've experienced as a man first and as an artist second, it's just the beginning of what's to come. So if I'm playing it, like, this is what I'm about to give the world is my absolute best. Like, prime. Like, I'm about to give my prime. I'm in it now, and now I'm about to push it out. So ugly is just like here is a sneak peek to the prime I'm about to get for the rest of my career. So if I'm in the room right now, I'm playing that one because I know the reactions.
So when I was talking to you earlier, like, I just feel like you're very honest when it comes to just you as a person. Like, I think you're a very honest person. You kind of put yourself just at the forefront, and that you're super inspirational in that way. And you kind of help people kind of find a way forward with your own experiences and stuff like that. Would you say the same thing?
I mean, yeah, only, you know, and I hate, like, back, you know, a lot of people don't want to say those type of things about themselves because it can come out arrogant or, you know, floating wise, you know, gloating wise, sorry. But for me, like, I feel like understanding your power is the first step to learning how to use it.
You better lay down some gems.
You know but that's real. Like, you can't continue to, like, pretend you're oblivious to how you affect people if you want to affect people. So, for me, I'm very conscious as to how I affect people and the effect I have on people. So knowing that is a gift of mine, just paying attention on it, because it's not hard, you know what I'm saying? You can choose, it's a conscious oblivion, so you can choose to say, oh, I don't see that, but that's cap.
Yes.
You know what you're doing to people, you know how they feel about you. You know what I'm saying? Like them niggas that be playing with girls, you know she loves you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But no, we know those things, but it's healthy to know those so you can utilize it and then cultivate it and grow it and expand it and actually, like, turn it into something that is valuable for everyone that you encounter.
I'm tying this in because I'm adding a song to the queue. Bad Guy. First of all, that's the jam.
See, I knew it.
That's the jam.
I was gonna say that, but I'm just so stuck on ugly.
I can't make it on my own. But if you leave me alone, I'ma fall deep in the bad times. I don't wanna be the fucking bad guy. I wanna be the bad guy, no more, no more, no more. I don't wanna make you cry, no more, no more, no more. Maybe if we take
Listen, like this, I think all your projects really tie in together. From Sober to, you know, Relapse, and everything's kind of just like molding into one really big story, and you can tell it's the story of your life.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that's what art should be.
Yeah.
The story of your life. And
Can't help it, to be honest with you.
right. As you shouldn't. So, Bad Guy. So, it's kind of talking about, to me, like, just being that toxic person in that relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're saying, like, I don't want to be that guy anymore.
Yeah.
So then, like, kind of tying into what we were talking about earlier, knowing your own power, how do you not stay the bad guy anymore?
I mean, my desires changed. I can't really speak for nobody else and like what was the turning moment that made them want to change. I just didn't want it no more. And I feel like humans were just designed to do what we want, right? So it wasn't, as soon as I made the decision that I didn't want it, it was very easy. Because everything and every step I took afterwards was leading away from that. Because I didn't want to be the piece of shit no more. Like, that's just to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, seeing how it affected people around me, seeing how it affected her. You know, like I was so used to, you know, just being me 100% of the time, even the bad me, you know? And people just had to deal with it and accept it because I'm me. Like people like, you know, like that was me. But there's people that literally make it to like 50 years old with that type of mentality. That's crazy.
Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy. Like for me, it was just from, you know, I got a big head around 23 to 28. Head was just,
okay.
you know. But also like you mix an arrogant ego with a mind of just rebellion, you get a really interesting, interesting combination.
Talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like me just, like I said, doing that self-reflection and understanding that, hey, what do you really want? Because I feel like we only talk about what we want in the aspect of obtaining materials, right? And like a stature. But like I just broke it down to what do I want in this moment right now out of this person and out of myself. And it wasn't to break it, so why am I doing things to break it? You feel me? So I just once I came to that realization, like, okay, so if the end goal is to make it work and to figure shit out, stop doing everything else but that.
Yes.
And then, you know, naturally it just kind of fixes, you know, it makes its rounds, it does its course. So I just, you know, that's a part of the honesty though. Like, it's not just being honest with everybody that's around, be honest with yourself. So I was being honest, I was a piece of shit, I was being an asshole.
And that's honest. And you know what? And I think that's so real when it comes to personal growth is, you know, finding that within yourself, knowing what you want and redirecting that into, you know, and staying in line with your own purpose. You know what I mean? And like, this is why I love this man. Like literally, like there's so much growth in you from your like artistry to you as a real person. So what truly motivates you to succeed in this music industry, in your artistry?
It used to be, and I'm gonna just say this because a lot of people have this, it used to be the fear of failure. Right? That was like the number one drive to just go so hard and to like even cut people off. Like I was as Edward Scissorhands with fucking cut off, boy. Like sever the ties, man. My block list was 100+ strong. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was just so scared to fail that everything around me that did not align with just this one destination was a threat to the destination. You feel me? And that's incorrect. You lose so much more experiences in life moving like that. And one day, like I said, the self-reflection, I went through this for like a month, man. It was just a really intense month for my psyche.
But it's growth.
Yeah, but I really had to ask myself the question, is this healthy? Is fear ever healthy? You know what I'm saying? Is it ever healthy for you?
What did you come up with?
No, it wasn't. Not for what I wanted to obtain, because it wasn't just being successful in music. I wanted to obtain greatness in every aspect of my life. But I was neglecting it because I was so scared of losing this one. Because everything else is tangible. That's the one thing I just couldn't, you know what I'm saying? It's always right there, but it's never there. So it's always like, you know, it creates an anxiety in a lot of artists, you know, and their reason for why they go so hard is the fear of not obtaining what they have worked years and years and years to obtain. You know, and I think when I broke it, when I broke that, I created a whole different reason. And the reason is just because I just enjoy it. I genuinely enjoy what I do. Every single part of it. Even the parts that get on my damn nerves. Like the back ends, the things that nobody sees. I run my business. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Talking about
like,
business.
Yeah, I know so much about the inner workings of my situations, even the parts that suck, the ones I can't do nothing about, I still know them. So, you know, those stressful parts aren't even that bad because I want to do this.
Yeah.
So what motivates me is just the feeling it gives me. don't nothing feel like making music. Don't nothing feel like chasing this dream. Don't nothing feel like seeing people smile and sing your song. Don't nothing feel like that. Out of my whole life, and I've had some grand experiences, my boy. But don't nothing compare to that. So what other motivation do I need outside of like that is one of the best feelings I get out of life. Outside of holding my kid and my woman at the same time and looking at him. You know what I'm saying? That's right there. It's up there.
He gonna make me crap over here. Like, he getting into some real stuff, and this is what makes him the real deal. You know, I think there's a lot of artists out there who, you know, kind of make music to please other people, and instead I feel like this man over here has a true passion for it, and he implements it in his music and makes it real so people can resonate with it and move forward from it. And that's what I love about music, because it's so therapeutic. And you know what I'm talking about, and he understand it. You get that. But let's go back to the music. Let's talk about You Need It.
You ain't gotta say how you feel. Baby, let go and just chill. Let me take care of you. Let me take care of you. I want it. You need it. I want it.
So you have a music video out for that. That looked like fun.
It was super fun.
Was it? Yeah, talk more about it.
It was a different point in my life too, where I was. It was the first time 7 a.m. had become social. Like if you followed my career, or even if you didn't follow it, like watching it, you know, in live action. If you go back and look just at older stuff, you don't see much of me. You hear a lot of music, you know what I'm saying, but there weren't videos of me all in them, and you know, I just didn't do that. Like I was very, like you said, I was an enigma. I was like
An enigma, mystery.
And I'm trying to, you know, like show a little bit more of it. Of myself. So You Need It was my first time just like, hey, let me show the side of me that, because I'm a party animal.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that I'm a party animal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the life of the party if I'm in the room. Not many people know that, because I'm so chill and, you know, time and place, my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right, okay.
That's
Hello.
just, you know, it's just
Time and
how
place.
that's how I was raised. So I wanted to start to showcase that side, right? So that's why even in Relapse, it was the first time you heard production that just moved. That's boom bap.
He said boom bap.
You know what I'm saying?
Boom bap.
That's a melody now. A lot of people. That's a drum pattern. A lot of people.
No, for real.
Touch these days. You know what I'm saying?
I was bopping the whole song.
It was immediately. So when I heard it, I was just like, and it was, mind you, You Need It was the first song that I made at the top of the year working on that album. It was #1 from not being at the studio for a year.
Really?
It was the first song I made.
So that's how you know.
And I was just like, I just slept on it, bro. Like I didn't even, like my pops, I call him my pops. His name is Maurice, but he's like a father to me. One of the best father figures I ever had. I sent him that record after I made it. Mind you, it was badly mixed and everything. I ain't been in the studio forever. We don't move buildings. I hadn't seen it, so you know, just life going on. I get in there and make that. He said, "Don't send that to nobody." I was like, "All right." Like thinking like when he says, I just listen to him. I ain't ask, but then. A year later came and we started to make the album, and every reaction when that song came on, every single person around, no matter what room we were in, where it was played, had the same reaction. I was like, oh, okay, now I see what he's talking about. That was one of those. Like, and I just, at the time, I wasn't in a make an album mode. I was just like, get my feet wet again. And, you know, and a lot of artists can tell you, those get your feet wet records are, you know, they cool, but they not the ones, because you ain't really back in your bag yet, so you can almost neglect them. But there's some gems in those.
Okay.
There's some gems.
Okay. And those voice recordings
Man.
and those things that, you know, just back in the day when you were feeling something.
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you, because they're real.
They
And I
real.
tell people this all the freaking time. There is a ring of truth. And there's like, you know, when you hear the truth, there's a ring to it. And you're like, you know, put that in music.
Yeah.
Put that in music, there's gonna be a whole bale.
That's all I know how to do, man. That's all I know how to do.
Period.
It makes me uncomfortable sometimes, but you know, you gotta get it out. Like for me, music is therapy. Like a lot of people say like therapy, but like for me, I literally mean therapy. The best, because I'm in therapy. I can tell you this: the best part about it is the self-realization that happens in every session. and that's what music is.
Ugh.
You feel me? So it's like every single time I'm learning a little bit more about myself.
So,
Something that I haven't talked to anyone about. That's private. That's just a feeling. Is now a song.
Okay, so we're about to play a game with 7 a.m. The game is called Answer It Real Quick. Wait, no, add it to that Answer This Real Quick. That's what it's called. Sorry, I had to get it right. So I'm gonna ask you a series of questions and just answer it honestly as fast as possible.
Okay.
You ready? We have a minute. Tell me when to start the clock. 3, 2, 1. Are you mean?
Yes.
Is cheating ever okay?
No.
Can you keep white shoes clean?
No.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Yeah.
Do you believe in true love?
Yeah.
Are you currently bored?
Nah.
What makes you happy?
Whole life.
Would you change your name?
Nah.
What's your zodiac sign?
Cancer Leo.
Do you like Subway?
Sorry, endorsements, no.
Your best friend of the opposite sex likes you. What do you do?
You gotta talk about that later.
Favorite lyrics right now?
What?
Can you count to 1 million?
Nah. Nah, you can try that.
Dumbest lie you ever told.
I told somebody in college that I was African. And I tried, in order to keep up the lie, I tried to speak with African dialect.
Is it over?
That's
Oh.
That's cool. But that was funny as hell.
Oh, wait, one more. Brunette or blonde?
Brunette. Yeah,
But you're blonde.
yeah, but brunette's got that.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, I don't see many thick blondes. You see some thick brunettes.
Okay.
Yeah. I see some thick brunettes now.
Let's talk about your brand. Tell us more about it.
My brand, like my business, my music.
fitness.
Brand. Oh, the fitness brand. Oh, so 2020 was devastating for a lot of people, obviously, especially for us independent, already scraping from the bottom of the barrel artists. It we had so many opportunities supposed to happen in 2020. You know, it always starts the year with like, man, I'm about to do this year and that this year. You know what I'm saying? You got shows lined up, and then boom, COVID. So I was working this job, which I already didn't want to do because, just artisan jobs. It's like, it's always It'd be food industry. It's always the food industry too. Like,
Right. What's up with that?
Because they accept us.
Okay.
And they don't drug test.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So I was at this job. I was a sous chef at this restaurant. I'm not gonna say the
You
name.
look like a sous chef.
I do, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Mean vegetables.
Whipping it up.
But I just didn't. I didn't like it. I enjoy cooking. That's one of my third loves. I'm very good at it. I'm about as good as cooking as I am in music. I'm fine. Yeah, one day you'll see. No cap.
Tacos,
Anything you want.
shrimp.
All of it. All of it.
Okay.
But I didn't really like having a boss. So one day, maybe the boss were cool, but at work it's just, I feel like there's just so many things inside of a job that just make it suck. It's not even really the job. The job be easy. It'd be the people you gotta deal with at the job. It'd be that. It'd be like talking to me. That should make me uncomfortable. I have to be an entrepreneur because I can't listen to nobody. So one day he said something after like a month of just saying the wrong thing, and I just walked to the back and I was like, I gotta think of something to do right now. Like I gotta make this money by tomorrow. Like type energy. I was really like, I can't go back in here without a plan. That's how uncomfortable the conversation had made me. So I went to the back and I started racking my brain of all the things that I could do to make money that didn't require me clocking in. It took me a total of 30 seconds. Went through the list and I was like, all right, cool. I've Googled it, called the number, and called to get my certificate. Started my classes the next week for fitness training.
Period.
So as soon as I got that, I quit. I quit. Like I tried to, I said I was gonna manage it, and you never manage it. When you find something else, you be like, no, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna do both. You're not gonna do both.
So what is your fitness?
It's called 7T Fitness.
You can find that on
You can find it
Instagram.
on Instagram. We specialize in results very quickly. When I say quick, I mean quick. Like if you go to our pages, you'll see stuff in like a week. Cause I'm crazy, so
Okay.
my training is it works. It's
Okay.
very tough. It's very
So
tough.
I can get abs.
Yeah, get you abs.
I can have a hot boy summer by the
You can
end
have a
of
hot
this
boy
month.
summer. Yeah, by the end of this month, I got you. You've seen the results.
Listen, because
But,
I'm trying to go on yachts.
Yeah, nah. But like I have a passion for that. I've always had a passion for fitness and just health in general. So I felt like it was pretty cool to kind of branch out to that career. One, it keeps me looking good, keeps money in my pocket, and it helps others. So I was like, outside of music, if I had to do anything else, it would be that. So that would be the plan B.
Well, there you have it. Definitely go follow 7T Fitness on Instagram. Follow 7am on Instagram at what is it called?
The actual 7 a.m.
The actual 7am. Go stream his music, Spotify, Apple Music. Watch his music videos on YouTube. Like and comment.
Please and thank you.
These people work hard for
Oh,
what
yeah.
they do, and this guy you're gonna love him. So, but again, this is Malcolm, aka A Brother with Attitude, and I'm here with,
7 a.m.
and this is Added to the Queue. Period.
I'm dumb, but I ain't stupid, no dumb. We get into it, no funds, I'm running through it. My lungs been filled with fluid, my cup been overflowing one sip.